Learn how to become a real estate agent. Real estate may be a wonderful and exciting career. One day you can help a new family locate their first home, and the next you might assist someone sell their luxury condo so they can sail around the world. The specific processes required to become a licensed agent will vary based on where you reside, but in most cases, you'll need to complete a couple real estate courses and pass a licensure exam. Qualifications and education. 1. Find out what the licensing requirements are in your area. To legally function as a practicing real estate agent, you'll normally need to first obtain a license. In the United States, the qualifications for obtaining a real estate license are defined by your state's Real Estate Commission. Although the specifics differ, you must be at least 18 years old. You must be a U.S. citizen. You must have a high school diploma or its equivalent. Complete the pre-licensing education requirements. Pass your licensing examination. 2. Take the necessary real estate classes. Before you can receive your license, most states need you to take some coursework. Check the website of your state commission for a list of authorized real estate programs in your state, as well as the precise courses and number of course hours required. These lessons will help you prepare for your license exam, so study hard. Check to see if the courses you're taking in college will fulfill these course requirements if you're majoring in real estate. If you've attended college-level real estate classes, several states will waive these course requirements, and some colleges and universities will offer these classes as part of their real estate degree programs. Some states will enable you to attend these programs within a limited time after passing the real estate license exam. However, most students feel that taking the courses first makes it simpler to pass the exam. 3. Consider earning a college degree to make yourself more competitive. A degree from a four-year university is not required to work as a real estate agent. When looking for a broker, though, having a degree will help you stand out from the crowd. Furthermore, obtaining a more in-depth education in areas such as real estate law, business, and marketing can make you more educated once you begin dealing with clients. This can assist you in becoming more successful as you establish yourself. Some colleges offer real estate as a major, while others include real estate classes as part of a broader degree, such as business. Graduate-level real estate courses are even available at several schools and universities. Licensing exam. 1. Fill out the application to take the exam in your state. Although licensing standards vary by state, all jurisdictions require you to pass a written exam in order to become a licensed real estate agent. You may register for your state's real estate licensing exam online in most states. The applications, criteria, and fee schedules can be found on the website of your state's Real Estate Commission. When you register for the exam, you will almost certainly be required to pay an application fee. You may also need to arrange for your pre-licensure course transcripts to be delivered to your state's licensing committee at this time. Typically, you must apply about 6 weeks before your testing date. 2. Fingerprints must be submitted and the background check must be passed. Most states need a thorough background check before issuing a license. This is critical because you will be dealing with sensitive client information as well as huge sums of money. The charge for your background check may be included in the application price for your licensure exam in certain places, but it may be a separate price in others. Follow the guidelines provided by the state on how to submit your fingerprints as part of your background check. The Real Estate Commission will notify you if anything in your background disqualifies you from being licensed. 3. Register for your exam date. After your exam application is accepted, you will be emailed instructions on how to register for your exam day. This is usually done online as well. Go to the testing website and select a date, time, and location for your test. On the testing site, you may also be able to locate useful study material and testing suggestions. Most licenses are only valid in the state where they are issued, therefore take the test in the state where you intend to practice. Some states, however, have reciprocity agreements, which mean they've agreed that certain other states' licenses are recognized in their state. Before you move or begin working across state borders, double-check where yours is legitimate. 4. Before the exam, prepare by studying. Don't try to cram everything in the night, or even the week, before your exam. Even if you have just completed your pre-licensure classes, spend some time each day reviewing the content that will be on the exam. When you apply for your exam, your state testing commission will most likely provide you with study resources. However, if you haven't taken any classes in a while, you may want to seek online for additional test prep as well. The exam will normally include various aspects of real estate finance, economics, and politics. If you know somebody who has already passed their real estate exam, ask them about their experience. For example, you could inquire, was there anything you thought was very difficult? And, what did you find the easiest? 5. Pass your licensing examination. When the test date arrives, bring your ID, test registration information, and other necessary supplies to the testing center. Follow the testing instructions carefully and respond to the questions to the best of your ability. The minimum score required will vary depending on where you live, but you'll normally need to answer 70 to 75% of the questions correctly to pass. If you're taking the exam online, be sure you have the necessary technical equipment, such as a fast internet connection and a webcam and microphone. After passing the exam, you will have an inactive real estate license. Before your license can be active, you'll usually need to start working with a broker. Early career. 1. Set aside some money for living expenses. Because real estate is commission-based, it can be difficult to earn a consistent living, especially when you're first starting out. Even if you sell your first home, it may take 6 weeks or more before you receive payment. It's a good idea to have 3 to 6 months of costs saved up before you start to ensure you can pay your bills and stay up with your spending. Remember to save some money aside to refill your savings when you finally get that large check from selling your first residence. That way, even if it's a while until your next sale, you'll still be taken care of. It can also be beneficial to have some form of passive income, such as rental income or stock dividends. 2. Learn about your local market. Every location is unique, so take the time to learn about the real estate market in your area. Consider who your clients will be and what type of home they will be looking for. Learn about the communities in your region, including crime data. Furthermore, keep up to date on any zoning, housing rules, government programs, and financing possibilities that may apply to the properties you're selling. If you live in a college town, for example, you'll usually be dealing with a lot of youthful renters, short leases, and a surge in activity every fall. Check out the American Fact Finder, which is powered by the U.S. Census Bureau, to find more about your local population and other information. 3. Select a broker to work with. As a real estate agent, you will officially work for yourself, but you will be working for a broker, which is essentially a firm that oversees agents and properties. Because the first brokerage you work for is where you'll hang your license, it's critical that you choose one with a well-known name and a strong reputation. Working for a brokerage business will provide you with a wealth of essential training and experience. In fact, in some states, you must be hired by a broker before you can activate your real estate license. Look for a broker that specializes in your areas of interest. A broker that specialized in luxury properties, for example, will not be the ideal option if you want to work with young families. There is no one right answer when it comes to choosing a broker. A larger firm may give more formal schooling, while a smaller firm may be able to provide more hands-on instruction. 4. Make your real estate license active. Thank you very much. You can begin legally working as a real estate agent now that you've been hired through a broker. In most cases, your broker can submit your new status to your state's real estate commission, allowing you to start working virtually immediately. Once activated, your active license will be valid for 2 to 4 years, depending on your state. If you wish to keep working, you must renew it when it expires. 5. Find a mentor to assist you in gaining experience. Ask an experienced real estate agent in your region if they would be willing to mentor you. For example, they might let you help them with open homes so you can see how things work. Your mentor may be able to give you pointers on how to improve your pitch, and they may even be able to assist you narrow down the niche in which you'd be most successful. Begin by approaching top members of your brokerage. They usually have the most desire to see you succeed because everyone benefits when the organization as a whole does better. However, if you find yourself in a very competitive atmosphere, you may choose to go outside of your brokerage. 6. Make use of your personal network. When you initially start out as an agent, it might be difficult to find your first clients. Begin by asking your family, friends, neighbors, and acquaintances if they are planning to relocate or know someone who is. Hand out business cards and keep following up. If you stick with it, you'll eventually get clients. You may believe you don't know many people, but when you think about it, you might be shocked at how large your prospective customer pool is. You may, for example, contact members of your religious congregation, your softball team, or your volunteer club. You could even ask your doctor, past teachers, or the person who sells you coffee every morning. Make sure to share the news on your personal social media accounts as well. Networking with possible clients is an important aspect of being a real estate agent, so don't give up, even if it feels awkward at first. With practice, you'll become more comfortable, and it's an important component of your success as a salesperson. 7. Market oneself in order to attract people's attention. Marketing may appear to be an unnecessary expense at first, but these efforts can truly pay off in the long term. Print business cards and flyers, place ads in local publications and magazines, and purchase advertisements on bus stop benches. You can also purchase advertisements on Google and social media, anything that will assist get your face in front of more people. When new clients contact you, inquire as to how they learned about you. That way, you'll have a decent sense of which marketing strategies are working and which aren't, and you'll be able to modify your strategy as needed. Use advertisements, property listings, and open houses to publicize the properties you're selling. 8. Collaborate with both buyers and sellers. When you first start out, you may discover that you enjoy working with clients who are buying or selling real estate. However, strive to get experience on both sides. The more adaptable you are, the better you will be able to assist your clients, and earn more revenue. You may opt to focus more on one side or the other over time. However, when you're just starting out, attempt to balance your attention between the two. When you're representing a buyer, you'll need to know what kind of property they want and what they can afford. When working with sellers, you'll need to assist them in determining how to market the property and then in finding the ideal buyer. Advancement. 1. Develop long-term ties with your customers. You might believe that once you sell a property to a client, it's the end of the process. After all, most individuals don't buy a new house every year. However, if you can build a strong rapport with someone you deal with, they will be much more likely to refer their friends and family to you when they need an agent. Follow up with your clients after a sale, such as sending them a thank you note after closure or mailing them a card on their birthday every year. 2. Find a market niche. As you gain expertise, you may discover that you are particularly adept at working with a particular sort of client or property. You may find success by focusing on this specific specialty, especially if it is popular in your local market. You may excel at working with first-time homebuyers, or you may have a talent for pairing luxury clients with their dream house. On the other side, you might discover that you're passionate about assisting business owners in finding the space they need to realize their ideas, so you develop a specialization on commercial properties. 3. To become a realtor, join the NAR. A realtor is a real estate professional who is a member of the National Association of Realtors, NAR. In exchange for paying dues, working with an affiliated broker, and attending NAR meetings, you'll be able to use the title, Realtor, which may help you recruit clients. Realtors are held to a higher ethical standard than real estate agents. Therefore, clients will perceive you as more professional and trustworthy if you are a realtor. 4. Strive for success by working hard. Selling and buying houses can be difficult, so if you want clients, you must be willing to put in the effort. You'll be able to set your own hours, although you may need to work early mornings, evenings, and weekends to meet with potential clients during their downtime. Being available to meet them on their terms increases your chances of success. You may also need to work on short notice. Super desirable properties can occasionally sell in only a few hours. This can be difficult, but the good news is that the more driven you are, the more likely you are to succeed. 5. Participate in your community. If you want to expand your network, you should participate in as many events and organizations as feasible. Join neighborhood communities, throw parties, and organize a 5K. The more people who know who you are, the more likely they will be to trust you when the time comes to buy a new house. Volunteering is a terrific opportunity to meet people in your community, and you'll truly come to know the needs of your community while you're assisting in its service. 6. Maintain your continued education. Most states need you to take real estate courses on a regular basis in order to renew your license. Even if this isn't necessary in your state, it's still a wonderful method to stay up to date on changes in your business. The more you know about real estate, the more competitive you'll be as an agent, and hence the higher your earning potential. 7. When your license expires, renew it. Typically, state licenses must be renewed every 2 to 4 years. Most states require brokers and agents to attend continuing education courses in order to renew their license. Prospective brokers and agents should contact the Real Estate Licensing Commission of the state in which they intend to work to confirm exact licensing requirements. 8. To advance, become a broker. After a few years of effectively working as a salesperson, you may decide that you want to start managing other agents. The criteria for becoming a broker vary depending on where you reside, but you'll typically need at least 1 to 3 years of experience as an agent as well as formal classroom training, as well as the ability to pass an exam. Because you'll be able to start your own brokerage, consider taking business management, accounting, and finance classes, even if they aren't required for your license. Thanks for watching. Now you know how to become a real estate agent. Follow your dream.